And in talking to Jeff Van Gundy before the game, he told us that the keys for the Knicks' success today would come down to rebounding to control the flow of the game.
Rebound to run. That time they got the board and got the transition bucket. Thomas answers for New York.
Now, that's not a good matchup for Crawford. Crawford, same spot for Kurt Thomas, and they're not giving him any help.
And one. Kurt Thomas with a three-point opportunity, and he has two quick buckets for the Knicks. Blaylock the foul.
In talking to the Knicks coaching staff about Kurt Thomas, they don't really want him thinking about offense early, but when you got Chris Crawford on, you might as well get to the hoop every
to one dribble, and that Dikembe usually needs a couple to get in rhythm. Blaylock off the runner with 3 on the shot clock. His first basket.
Coming down to make steals. Back to Thomas.
Open man, Johnson for 3. Nice rotation by LJ, who gives the LJ sign as he expects. LJ back out to Ward. But they slough off, so he hits the 3.
What they're doing is going at Chris Crawford. And whoever he's guarding, they're going to take him in the low box and making the defense of Atlanta react.
Charlie Ward making that 3 despite no fingernail on the pinky of his right hand. Had it torn off earlier in the Knicks ball. Allen Houston challenging Mutombo.
That's what Lenny will first to for Allen Houston.
Where was Mutombo?
Mutombo's been a non-factor in this series on the defensive end as Mookie Blaylock hits the long.
The same shot Smith could have taken it 5 seconds ago, decides to drive, and he gets 2. Good dance by Kurt Thomas, who cannot stick with him out on the perimeter.
Statistics, Tom, really don't back up what Van Gundy is concerned about.
Coaches don't care. They have something in their mind, and nothing can dissuade them. As Patrick Ewing hits his first shot of the game
Today is overconfidence.
Steve Smith, nice dribble to get free, and he hits his 3rd field goal.
There's been a major difference in this series with Atlanta. No depth whatsoever.
Canby knocked it away from Blaylock. Ward missed the shot. Canby tapped it in.
As a guard, comingly poor Atlanta Hawk offensive system right now. They're just not putting any points on the board, but the defense turning into offense, that kind of
27th. They've been even worse than that in this series. Crawford misses. Finally, Mutombo slams it home, and another offensive rebound. Atlanta has a half dozen. Allen Houston gives it to Sprewell. Hops back for space and hits. Made a big hop to create some space between himself and Crawford and knocked it down. Series, and will have at least a week of rest.
7 on the shot clock for Grant Long and a nice drive. Now, they've been able to get inside the Knicks defense, so if they...
Here's Sprewell.
He gives that pump fake right, and the 1 step backwards, nothing Chris Crawford can do.
But the Hawks have got an answer when they drive the ball to the bucket. Grant Long brings it strong right at the rim, so no Patrick Ewing, no shot block.
I've been watching Kobe.
Bill refusing to give it up. They were supposed to share that replay, folks. Allen Houston.
Floor, but they double team him. It's going to be a tough shot for the Hawks against the cloud.
Floater by Tyrone Corbin goes through. Corbin just off the bench for Allen Houston. Got it inside to Canby. Mutombo rejected, but Dudley puts it home.
This second unit plays.
Steve Smith. Finger roll came up short, but then he tapped it in.
Sidney Wicks.
The great Sidney Wicks. Are you kidding? College Player of the Year, NBA Rookie of the Year.
Steve Smith with in history, one of the 15 greatest players and 10 greatest coaches, has won more games. Marcus Camby slams home his 4th point.
Steve, I don't care how many times, but Jay and I, every single one of his highlight videos was of him dunking on me.
Grant Long with a putback as the Hawks continue to pound the offensive board. It's keeping in the game. They have 9 offensive rebounds. They've tied it at 27.
Well, it's been the hot shooting of Steve Smith. He missed that 3, but he's right on the money, and Sprewell back on the money himself. Well, they bring Ed Gray in the ball game, and Ed Gray is a scoring machine as Steve Smith attacks. And they may not need anybody else but Steve Smith this afternoon.
He's athletic, rangy, can play over the top. You team them up with a shot blocking Mutombo. Oh, Canby, too sweet. He had time to turn around and wait for Mutombo to get underneath that one.
Long missed the putback. Here come the Knicks on the break. Sprewell from Childs.
There's that revolutionary
New York newspapers. And again, the break. This time, LJ on the finishing end.
An first time playing the passing lanes, a la James Worthy of the ex-Lakers dynasty in the 80s. And the underneath pass, terrific hands by Latrell Sprewell.
6-0 run by the Knicks. All 6 points coming on the fast break. They lead it 35-29. For Keyshawn Johnson, too, and he's not shy either. There's Gray. Well, that one goes down for Ed Gray. That's his first bucket.
Sprewell has been able to post smaller guards, trying to work his way in against Ed Gray.
Latrell Sprewell playing with such confidence these days.
He has such a
Continuing in their summer games with Alonzo Mourning, the Georgetown alums. Tapped in beautifully.
Grant Long.
By Grant Long. They lost it. Corbin to Gray. Pull-up shot, Ed Gray. And Sprewell to that past Knicks guard combination. Handy puts it home.
That was a great pass from Larry Johnson, and he dropped it all game. They want to get some defensive energy. Ed Gray out. Sprewell.
Latrell Sprewell. Sprewell and Allen Houston played against those coaches in the Motor City.
Don Chaney, who has been hugely responsible for the Knicks' defensive success over the years.
Game long.
It was long. Right into the hands of Sprewell. To Houston for 3.
Good, quick, giving up the ball by Sprewell.
Childs backing in on Blaylock, gets it to Houston. Tough fall-away shot, Allen Houston, and he's in double figures. With a
Smith is going to have to go against the clock.
Got the shot away, got his own rebound, and pumped it home. Well, that breaks a run where Long and Gray had scored 15 in this first half. Houston missed that one, doubling.
Well, Steve Smith is saying he was in the cylinder. It looked like that ball buzzed up. I just want to tell you, Smith's career is not over. I mean, he may not get 15, but he's still around.
Wow, tough three-point shot by Mookie Blaylock. Houston. Bounces in, Allen Houston.
You're right, Tom. Steve could never please his coaches.
Three-pointer by Charlie Ward as New York gives Atlanta a little taste of its own.
And Atlanta would have a chance.
Larry Johnson.
Well, there's the matchup that's really hurting them. When
Steve Smith doesn't have the second half quickness to get open.
Allen Houston. Timeout Atlanta. Ewing threw it right to Long, and then he gave it back.
3 on the shot clock.
Ewing got it away and hit. Only his second field goal of the game up against the shot clock.
Been back in the game.
Extended droughts. They haven't even brought their best unit into the game yet.
They got Blaylock.
Finally, Blaylock sprints by Charlie Ward to lay one in. Rebound by Kurt Thomas. Johnson spins and one. As you see, the Pacers closing out the 76ers and awaiting the winner of this series.
Now, see, you only get the LJ when something good happens. And quick spin inside. He gets to a hoop, and now he lets you know who he is. Full team. Ed Gray in the ball game for Steve Smith. He's going to look to air it out.
And he finds the bottom. A long-range 2 by Ed Gray. Just the second field goal of the quarter. Not afford to miss those easy shots. Houston.
Lenny Wilkins needs another timeout.
And Sprewell on the Knicks.
I thought the hand in the back was a foul.
Mutombo a backdoor cut. Nets him another field goal. 5 points for Mookie. Quarter. Long. Got the roll. Grant Long. An unexpected offensive outburst, 16 points in the game.
That once they get running here, once the refs stop blowing the whistles, Dudley, just throw it up there and Dudley will take care of the rest.
Slammed it down. He had
Apply for the GM job. Dudley over the top. The adversity that Chris Dudley has to play.
Can be.
from Sprewell.
Who are these guys?
Percent. Canby, Dudley. Over Mutombo. Chris Dudley's been a contributor today.
Play outside in. Crawford tried to throw it down.
Sprewell against Blaylock, laid it in.
Breathlessly waiting for, but they're 17 points down. Now 15. Are they going to score 15 more points the rest of the game? And that would be today's game.
Johnson to Dudley. And the offensive machine continues. Points, he has a dozen against a playoff average of 1 point a game and a regular season average of 2 a game.
Backup center Mark West now in for the foul play. The first guy to dump on the coach. It's his fault.
Absolutely right. Dudley. 14 points.
It just continues in the series. They cannot score, and if you can't score, as McLeod scores, you can't win.
Akin to the victory cigar. Canby.
Tom, we did the first game.
Tomorrow night, that game will be on Turner. Canby with a jam.
The ball movement, we talked about it.
New York Knicks will take a commanding 3-0 lead on the Atlanta Hawks, looking for the sweep here at the Garden tomorrow night. New York had 5 players in double figures. Houston and Sprewell 17 each. Canby had 15, Dudley 14, and Larry Johnson 12. 17 each for Atlanta.